Lexi Adams. I'm the curator at the Louisiana Art and Science Museum. Typically at this point in the year, we would be welcoming you all to our 35th annual gala. This year the theme is H2O. To share a little bit of that fun with you and to let you know more about how we got to that theme, I'm going to talk to you today about our Capital City Contemporary 5 water exhibition. Of course, with the theme of water, it was a natural flow to pick the theme of H2O for gala. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of the artists that are featured in this exhibition. We're going to start with Mary Monk. Mary Monk is based in New Orleans, Louisiana, and she works in pastel, primarily en plein air, which means in the open air, out in nature. You'll notice that in each of her works, we have captivating use of light. These beautiful scenes where she's trying to capture the last light of the day in the natural settings that she selects, be it at Fontainebleau Park or just on the marshy banks around the state. To my left, your right, we have Ray Gary, a Louisiana legend in her own right, most known for her vibrant use of color. Ray Gary also paints en plein air in nature. She is really seeking to capture the golden hour, that perfect 30 minutes to maybe 60 minutes of golden light that you get at sunset and at sunrise each day. Here we have the work of Eleanor Owen Kerr. These two photographs are from her series on the Batture. The Batture is the section of the river that is between the levee and the actual banks, the water. And this no man's land captivated Eleanor Owen Kerr when she was visiting a friend, and thus developed an entire series from it. In these black and white prints, we see the mysterious land masses that are created by the tides coming and going. Here we have the work of Adriane Deckbar. Adriane Deckbar is a photorealist painter. To create her works, she goes into nature and captures on photograph the scenes she would like to create. She then takes them back to the studio and tries to instill a little more drama by heightening the light and playing up the movement that she sees. In this work, Undertow, we see the great depth that she is able to capture. We see leaves going under the current. With her work, Adriane Deckbar is working to show nature increasingly at danger of coming to extinction. Here we have the work of Kate Chapman, who has lived near the Amite River for over 40 years, and in that time has seen hundreds of floods overtake her home and even her studio. These works on view are inspired by her life living with the floodwaters. Everything from simple puddles to many feet of water entering her home have all inspired her and taught her to work with water instead of against it in each of the works she creates. Here we have the work of Belka. Belka seeks to create works which capture our changing world. Often inspired by the effects of climate change, we see deep cuts into the layers of paint. Here he has scraped away many parts of his surface. This is an indication of reaching for the past and never being able to regain it in its entirety. We can only regain glimpses. In this work, The Road Less Traveled, we see a road overtaken by water. Again, these are the effects of climate change on our area that we are watching firsthand as a coastal lying state. Boudreau is a Lafayette artist who is inspired by the natural elements. She used the element of water to create this sculptural installation behind me. First, we have the element of water creating a wave-like form, and above me we have the Seven Sisters, which represent the Pleiades constellation, the Seven Sisters pouring water in the sky. Now we'll look at the work of Rochelle, another Baton Rouge artist. who created this particular painting especially for LASM when we contacted him about participating in the exhibition. Here we see a beautiful scene of the river, as you would see it almost outside of LASM's back door. We have the casino as well as the Mississippi Bridge and these wonderful tugboats moving through. Especially notice the beautiful clouds, these moody grays, as well as the humor that's in this painting. We see, of course, the casino floating on the water, not on land, a signature of the Louisiana landscape. Here we have the work of Malaika Favorite. These two paintings are from her Ascension series, which she created after the flood of 2016. In the work, you can see that the painting wraps outside of the traditional picture frame, beyond the walls of the canvas. This represents the water jostling our lives and throwing everything out of order. In them we have collaged leaves and even boards that were taken from debris left in the flood. Glass is an artist based in Shreveport. She uses satellite imagery to create works like I have behind me. First, we have a sculpture made of found metal and various mixed media objects. This sculptural form is inspired by the satellite imagery, which is better depicted in this painting. What I love about this work is how you can really see the way that water shapes our lives in Louisiana. Here we have developed farmland nestled against the river, and the further out you get, it gets a little more undeveloped, a little more wild, proving that in Louisiana we really do live our lives by the water. In these two works by Allison Stewart, New Orleans-based artists, we see an abstract representation of water in the form of rivers, as you would often see them meandering on a map. Allison Stewart works to make connections with the human and natural world and show how all things are connected in nature. Frank Hamrick is an artist based in Ruston, Louisiana. With this work, it was there all along. He seeks to explore storytelling through photography. This handmade artist book features 10 types of a series of work which explores the coexistence of man and water and seeking to find a sustainable way to nurture that relationship. Now that we've learned all about the artists in this exhibition, please come and bid at our 35th Annual Gala Silent Auction. Bidding opens on September 21 and closes at 11:30 p.m. on September 25. You may see a few familiar names in there. Actually,